Fireside family, familia, solar icons. What is going on? Happy Monday, guys. Your girl Madi G here for those of you who have not yet met me. Happy Monday. Happy I had a dream day. It's Martin Luther King Day, right? So I actually pulled up a quote that I wanted to share with you guys, and it says by the king himself, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't walk, wait, why does this seem weird? If you can't walk, run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl, but by all means, keep moving. Some of those words sounded jumbled, but I think you guys get the message, right? One thing we talked about in book club this morning was just the consistency of taking the action and taking the activity. So when I started thinking about how am I gonna, come to the team and get you guys excited, I was like, that seemed like a perfect way to get started into it. So for those of you who are new here, we like to start with some wins. So we invite you guys to raise your hand, come off mute, and tell us just about some successes you've had over this past week. Who's gonna go first? Word, Chris.
I'll go just to get things rolling here. So
I appreciate you.
I got some bills in the system. Sure is exciting, gaining some momentum, which is really a thrilling thing. It gives you some confidence. The other part was I spent a chunk of time on Saturday during the calls for the corporate stuff, and it was just phenomenal and well worth the effort and time and investment in myself to invest into the time it took to absorb all this new fun stuff going on.
Awesome. Those are fantastic ones. Congratulations. Put some fire signs in the chat for him, little clapping hand reactions. I love it. That's how we do it. We get bills, we pour into ourselves. It's a combination of things. So what else do you guys got for me? I see some beautiful faces on the screen. I see a lot of new faces. So welcome to our newcomers.
I got
a couple
on the way.
Go for it, Stacey.
Okay, so I started BNI a few months ago, and about the first person to approach me was the one that had the biggest obstacles with solar. And he's got people in the industry and even they don't believe in it. And, he just really wanted to like get this off his chest with me. And it was really funny, but I was like, okay, that's good. Well, I'm not really super educated. Even a few months ago, I'm much better now. But long story short, just with this team and the expertise that we have and the people that we have to help us, I did get a bill from him, and Lenny is going to do a proposal for me tomorrow. And the cool thing about this is this guy in my BNI is a financial planner. So Lenny, being a wealth builder, they're really going to be able to speak the language together. And again, I love having the different strengths and the different personalities that we can lean on each other and get this going. So I'm excited for tomorrow. I'll keep you posted on how that goes.
Awesome. Yes, keep us posted. And that's the great thing. I just finished doing a post. There's no I in team because it's about all of us together. And I'm gonna pick on Jim Weiner for a second because he talks about the collective genius. And the first time I heard that, I was just like, mind blown emoji. It was like, oh my God, he's so right. Because when you grow and learn in leadership, you really understand what people's strengths are and how to use that for the benefit of the good of the team. So I absolutely love that we have so many different type of people on here who are committed to the mission of just helping us to build and helping us to grow while we change lives and save our planet at the same time. Those are the bonuses. So that's amazing. Congratulations, Stacey. Who else do we have? I know Mr. Browning.
I got a few. Yeah, I got a few. I'll jump in while the mic is open. First, I actually want to give Stacey a shout out. I absolutely love building with her. She's newer to the team, just a sponge, very respectful, just everything. I just absolutely love working with you. Congratulations to you, though, on your first override check that will be coming, because one of her team members we closed a deal for last week. Give a shout out to her. Tisha got her first closing. I think it was Friday or Thursday of last week, which is absolutely fantastic. Want to give Lisa Bailey, my homegirl, a massive shout out. Signed 2 contracts last week. We're still hoping for a third. This lady's in bill collecting mode and we're just knocking them out. So congrats to you, Lisa. I wish I could read my handwriting. Want to give a shout out to Katie, collected a bill and set up an appointment for this week, jammed with appointments already, which is great. Michael, a shout out. We got an appointment for him. Also looking at possibly setting up another one later today, which I believe we will. Andy has an appointment set. Congrats to you. She is newer on the team as well. And then Adrian, brand new on the team, also has an appointment set for this week. So kudos to all of you guys on the team who are just leaning in.
Sweet. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I saw in the chat, we do have some newcomers. I saw some new faces. So if you're new, feel free to drop in the chat where you're plugged in from. That's one of the beautiful things about Powur is that we get to connect no matter where we are. And I love that we are all just winning and we're all just taking the action, right? That's what we've been learning about, is just doing the activity, taking the action, failing forward. The rest of it will follow. And all these shout outs prove that, taking the action and you get the results. Who else wants to share something good with us?
I just want to give a thank you for Terry for we got my first potential seller finishing up the process right now. So just thanks, Terry. We just got off our call probably about 15-20 minutes ago. So really appreciate it.
That was going to be my shout out, was to James for hooking me up on a three-way call. You're speaking with a new seller who will be jumping on board. So yeah, kudos, James.
Terry, you're telling me a three-way call works?
Well, it did once.
Chris, do you hear that? Oh my gosh, I love it. No, congrats,
Yeah,
guys. Well done.
It's almost like this stuff works, man.
I can't even believe it. I'm shocked sometimes.
We might
Three-way call. Where did we learn about that?
Yeah, it's almost like we might even be able to write a book.
I
If
love
only
it.
one
Congrats.
existed.
Yeah, right. If only one existed, that was literally the blueprint for building this thing. I'll throw a shout out to Terry for his commitments in taking his leadership to the next level and leading his team in so many different facets. He went out to the leadership conference all the way out in California. That's a big commitment, guys. So kudos, Terry, for stepping up and taking your leadership to the next level in that respect, and doing a great job with that fast growing team under you and Jim and those guys, because they really are rocking and rolling. So either you're doing a really good job or they don't like me anymore, because I never hear from them. So but I'm going to err on the side that you're doing a great job. So I appreciate you, man. Great job.
Well, thank you so much.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Anyone else have anything good they want to share with us before we dive in?
Yeah, hey everybody, this is Jody. Just wanted to say thanks. I don't get to make these calls very often, just because I'm normally doing a 9 to 5 at this point. I'm not all like you independently brilliant people. But at Christmas had my first closing. So it was awesome to see, several $1,000s hitting the account when that M2 hits. And then had one of the guys on my team made a sale, didn't tell me about it. So I just had $500 hit my account. I was just like, where'd this come from? So it's always a nice surprise to wake up to. And got another appointment on Wednesday and a couple more later on this week. So just excited to be here with everybody.
Hey, Jody, I'll throw this out at you, man. One, great job. Two, there's a lot of people out there that need an extra couple $1,000s to hit their bank account.
Yeah, I agree.
After Christmas. So you got a story, man. Go and share that with people and share this blessing of an opportunity with them.
Absolutely.
Jody, I'm glad you're here, man. I didn't even see you on there, brother. It's always good. By the way, I know many of you don't know him yet. Talk about a sleeper. This dude is a total stud. Leadership buff, just a heart of gold. Honored to be in business with you, brother.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm driving right now. So I didn't want you guys having to see the top of my truck.
Well, you drive safe, and it's great to meet you. All right. Anybody else before we jump in?
We got two more hands up
Last
and then we'll
one?
end it, Marissa.
Two more hands. Go ahead, Rosario.
Hey guys. Just wanted to share real quick. I was able to attend the Leadership Summit, and I'm gonna allow Terry and Maureen to share the excitement, but just wanted to share that win for me. That was I am just honored and blessed to be able to have been part of it. It's just, a huge win for me this week.
I'm honored that I got to hang out with you.
Awesome. Super duper proud of all of you guys that were able to attend leadership conference. And Rosario is my accountability buddy. So I missed you, girl, these last few days, but super proud of you for making that investment into yourself. And I can't wait to hear from Terry and Maureen more details on it. Katie, my girl, I see you driving. Talk to us, queen.
I'm not driving at the moment. I'm pulled over so I can take lots of notes, but I did just want to welcome Noelle, who completed her tier 1 training last week, and she's on her first call. And I can't wait to hear what everyone else said. And Rosaria, I'm glad you're back too, so we can get back to being partners too.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it. Anyone else going once? Going twice? All right, let's talk about the national leaderboard. I mean, oh my goodness.
Look at those names, guys. Come on.
Look at all these names. New referrals for January. That's at least like 15 names without even actually counting. So we're gonna shout out Shane, Greg, John, Jarrett, Noel, Terry, Keith, Giovanni. Like, look at all of these names. And I'm going to say every single one of them because you all deserve the recognition. We've got Daniel, we've got Russell, we've got Hashimu. I hope I said that right. Steve, Mark, Donald, Johnny. We've got Shane again, Greg, Jennifer, Vincent, Aaron L, not to be confused with Aaron B, and Paul. Congratulations, guys. New referrals for January. That is absolutely amazing. Amazing. Great job, guys.
Really cool. Marissa, thank you so much. Guys, that's huge, right? Because January is normally a very slow month. People are still on vacation mode. To have that many winners and solar icons that have thrown up a name for recruiting is huge. Super, super proud of you guys. Marissa, thank you for leading that. Let's jump right in, guys. We got a lot to cover. I want to make sure I give ample time over to two of our leadership, two leadership team members, and Maureen and Terry, who are going to share their ahas here in just a moment. We have our Monday recruiting call tonight. You guys know it's a big block. It is the biggest block, honestly, of the week. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Same link as always, powerhour.com. We got Bobby Smith hosting again, which is great. I actually get upset when he delegates that out because he just has that gift. In fact, those of you that heard him on Saturday, his wrap up, I took notes. Like, it is so good at painting the vision for where this thing is going. Have your guest on there. It's going to be a huge event. I don't know all the other ones. Obviously, I've seen Jordan Shaw does a lot on social media, is earning multiple six figures through this platform. So it's sure to be some really good stories on there as well.
Hang on, don't forget the ladies in solar. Don't forget.
If you know them, please run with it by all means. Thank you.
Listen, I don't, but women in solar, I mean, it's a thing, guys. No offense to the men, we love them, but we're women in a quote unquote men's world. So ladies, anytime that you see another queen that is going to be presenting, get them on, because a lot of ladies think that they can't do this because it's sales, because it's a men's industry, because it's construction. Like, let's knock all of those things out because we're here, and if we can be here, so can they.
Yeah, I would say, Rosario, what do you think? There were about 20 women out of the 150, 170 people there at the Leadership Summit.
Yeah.
I agree with Rosario. Knock that ceiling down, my friends. I think we should have more female tier 3s than anyone in the company. I love that. Thank you so much for pointing that out. A lot of new people on here, guys. Make sure as leaders you are giving them the schedule. I get this text at least once a day. Is there anything on the agenda today? So please, leaders, make sure you are sending this out. Save it. If you need it, reach out to somebody. It's also on our group messenger app. Also, that's another big one too. I should have made a note of that. Please, I've gone to tag a few people that are not on our messenger app. We cannot recognize those that are not in the group. Part of the responsibilities of being a sponsor, not just a recruiter, is if they're on Facebook, and if they're not, encourage them to, because that's where our team hangs out. That's where corporate hangs out. That you're welcoming them on our Facebook Messenger, on the Solar Icons Facebook page, and also on the Powur Pioneers. Really, really important. We want to make sure we recognize all the winners on the team. So make sure you guys are getting after that as well. I am going to move out of the way, and I'm going to turn this over to two dear friends who ponied up. They had to use their own money to pay to go. In fact, both of them are on the East Coast, to pay to go to the West Coast to plug into our leadership convention. Both of these two individuals earned the right to be there, which is huge. This was a select group, as Maureen just said. I believe there's 150 people there who were invited and who attended. So they were rubbing shoulders with the best of the best. In fact, Maureen had the privilege of sharing on the national stage on Saturday. I saw our Facebook group blowing up with selfies of her and quotes and everything else. Both of them just did a fantastic job representing our team from afar. So with that, I will turn it over to Maureen and Terry. Take it away, guys.
Now, ladies first, of course, but Maureen, do we have to get them into state?
You gonna do it, Terry? You gonna do some hey?
Hey.
I know he walked everyone through that. Jonathan did, but I mean, we could just go back and forth, Terry, maybe play off of each other. But I think that I don't know. I know I said it on the stage, the national from the studio on Saturday, but it was the best event I've ever been to by far. So anytime that you are invited, I know this was the inaugural one and they plan on doing more of them, make sure that you move mountains to get there, because what was so amazing was not only just meeting other people in the company and different teams and the top leaders, it was truly a mastermind experience. It was, they had us sit at tables of 6 people the whole time. And they did it that way so there'd be collaboration. And all along the walls, they had those giant, Post-it notes. And throughout the weekend, there were suggestions. Okay, what do you want the CRM to look like? What's working? What's not working? Where's the breakdown in the field? What is everyone's strategies for onboarding, recruiting? What internal systems do you use for your team for training? They wanted to know, with all the top income earners in the company, what's really working and what's consistently worked over time to generate results. Then they took all of the best things, or the things that most, like if you had, let's say at each table, someone said, oh, I do this or this or this. You wrote down how many times people at that table did it and they put it up on the wall. So what they're doing, and they're going to announce, I believe, it amazes me how quickly corporate does stuff. They're going to announce in March at the virtual convention an entire new corporate Powur system for everything that everyone can use, all teams, for onboarding, for training, for recruiting, taken from the best of the best. So that was really cool. There was no, this is what's working in my organization. This is what's working in my, I know JC gave access to everyone. It's like, you want to pop people into this portal, or that people were just so happy to share and collaborate and see everyone win, which was, I had never experienced anything like that in a company before. In addition to some great, personal development, but I think the innovation of where Powur is going is just really incredible. And we have we're really in the best company at the best time. It really is just getting started. I think that was my biggest takeaway, was just this desire for expansion, but to do things in the right way. They really want to know from us. Again, it's setting the right expectations for the homeowners too. When we go through deals and sell stuff that is construction, they know there's some kinks in the armor, but they're just so committed out of their mind to being open to always getting everything as streamlined and effective as possible, so everyone has a good experience. The customers, the sellers, the teams, team builders, recruiters, no matter what angle you want to choose in Powur.
I'm going to play off of what you just said, Maureen. First off, everybody write this down. March 3rd and March 4th is the Powur World Virtual. So you don't have to travel. Virtual. So a lot of what we discussed, Maureen was just speaking about the boards that, all these ideas were put on, and several different categories, issues, platform problem, whatever. The company, is aware of a lot of that already. So, when you think about, issues, you may be having, they're aware of it already. They're working on it. It may not, things may not be happening as quick as we want it to, or the timeline that we set, but the company's working on, they're trying to fix, deficiencies. So A big part of that exercise was everybody was taking sticky notes and putting on the categories, things they'd like to see improved, removed, stop doing, implement, whatever. And the big thing is they put up a slide, because we did this. It was probably an hour or an hour and a half later that the team took all of that and created a PowerPoint presentation. It was like the quickest thing. And the very first slide, the number one thing that people want to see is a CRM. So they're working on a true CRM. My idea was to also take that CRM, but include some AI into it. In the real estate world, a lot of us are used to AI doing text functions and email functions. So some of us are running some programs where we're utilizing that right now. So we're trying to incorporate that within Powur. So they are working on a CRM. So make sure you put that in your calendar. March 3rd and 4th, virtual Powur World. You do not have to travel, so no reason not to be there.
Yeah, I mean, the speed at which they're committed to rolling all this stuff out is really, really exciting. And the other thing too, and I know Terry could probably touch on this, was, the income potential. We all know what's possible in theory, right? Because we see the commission, we've been on the presentations, whether you are jumping on this full time right now or just part-time and still doing some other things. Charles Thompson makes about $2 million a year right now. And I know people have said, oh, it's because he overrides half the company. Remember, we only get paid 6 levels. So all of us are technically underneath him, but we're underneath him like level 12, 13, right? So they went down and they showed, when Jim Bunch was up there, he was actually showing numbers from people's back offices, not names, but showing what graphs look like for people that are focused more on team building or recruiting or selling and mentoring. And then how that stuff adds up and what people's true income was in the last year or 2 years. And then Charles Thompson got up there and, he said he only had $38 in his checking account 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
3 years ago, $38. They declared bankruptcy, all this stuff. And he just went all in. And now he makes $2 million a year. Most of that is overrides. And he has, and when they were talking about the duplication and the replication, which I know Chris and Aaron teach us so well, and you guys are doing it and implementing it, but really seeing what that turned into. We did some really cool exercises around, they broke up the room and like one team had the strategy of speed and the other team had the strategy of duplication. You didn't really know what was going on, but the team that got given the strategy of duplication, you could clearly see how it worked over time. And so he has 97 on his front line. And in his first 6 levels after 3 years, he has 3,500 people. And it was really amazing to realize. And then, that's full-time effort. But then some other people too shared, they said, look, 1 contract a month, if you're just doing this part-time, 1 deal under contract a month is 6 figures a year. 1. And everything in between that's available. So just figure out what it is that you really want to create this year for yourself, for your business, for your income goal, for team building. You want to focus on selling, recruiting, and it really doesn't have to be that hard. It's just the consistency and implementation and action over time, which we all know, but it was really cool to actually see that in terms of graphs and numbers and be able to talk to people all weekend about what they created. And remember, most people are only in this business that were there for less than 2 years. These top leaders and income earners, and nowhere else that amount of money. It's time. Yeah. Huh?
Any screenshots from any of those with the stuff you just talked about?
Yeah, I have some screenshots. I can put it in the solar icon.
Screenshots. We have a book that
it left my binder. I'm so sad. I'm gonna ask for the notes.
I want to take a dive on this real quick. What she just touched on is huge, guys, because she shared various stories. Like if you're talking to someone crushing it, right? Like I'm looking at someone right now who I absolutely love, owns a massive real estate team, and she knows who I'm talking about, killing it. What I love about what she said about Charles Thompson, that's $2 million a year. The gentleman works 3 or 4 days a week, does not work nights, does not work weekends. There is nobody I know in real estate right now who's leading a team, like actually leading, that can say that, even though they're killing it. People are shaking their heads. So that's a cool story that I'm going to use in the field. And then the other one she shared on the Facebook Messenger yesterday, I believe, that I actually wrote down. 1 deal a month, part-time is 6 figures. Guys, that's 80% of the people you know. If you could show them another way to make 6 figures or add additional 6 figures, hell, maybe make their first 6 figures. You're getting people to hop on a Monday night, people to watch a video. And then what she just said at the very end is another big one. I was in a company where we had stories like this. Oh, well, you had to join in 1988.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
got in before 90, you could do that. She just said, I hope it's not lost on anybody. Everybody that walked that stage and shared those numbers have been here less than 2 years. First inning, my friends. First inning. Chris.
Yeah. Let's say that louder for the people in the back that didn't hear it. Okay. Guys, there's your lead for recruiting. How many people do you know that want to either expand their business to add an additional 6 figures of income, or, use a power word to easily add an additional 6 figures of income? How many people do you know of single moms, right? Brenda, Maureen, right? Like y'all's sphere of influence. How many single moms would love to know how to easily make 6 figures a year on your own terms? Right? Sometime, anytime, part-time, scale it up even more. So there's a huge script opportunity for prospecting in there, because I don't know a single person that would not respond to a question of, are you open to an opportunity that can show you how to easily make 6 figures a year in a contracting economy?
Yeah,
Like,
Chris.
look at Facebook for a second. I'll wrap this up here. Look at Facebook. Everyone's bitching about the cost of eggs. Everyone. If you're making an additional 6 figures, do you care what the cost of eggs is? Maybe that's your hook. Hey, have you seen the cost of eggs these days? Hey, if you made an additional 6 figures of income in your business or your life right now, would the cost of eggs really matter?
You have
Yeah,
to change
really.
your script because you used to say pickles.
Well, eggs wanted to take the lead, man. So we're running with eggs right now.
And they really are. I think it's the simplicity of it too. We're not talking about going out and having to build a big business. We're not talking about recruiting, even though I love it. She's talking about doing 1 deal a month. Like 1 deal a month. This isn't like not rocket science. Like that's a very easy thing to grasp and to give somebody. I know she's going to share some information here in just a second. Real quick before Maureen does. Rosario, are you on here?
Yes, I'm here.
Any ahas that you want to share? I know you were also there. I kind of last minute, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but you have such an amazing voice and a way to share.
Yes, one thing I saw overall is everybody working together to reach that goal and building the business, and how there is no wrong or right way of doing things. But if you just put your head down and just follow the people that are already having success and not try to change, don't try to change anything. Like the system is there. It's exactly what the book says. It's already been built. You just got to follow it. So at the same time, just put your head down and just work. And everyone is so nice. Like there's no leader that's going to come to you and say, no, I'm not going to share with you. I'm like, there's just so simple. Like you talk to them and it feels like you're talking to a regular person. Like I loved it. There's no, like I'm better than you kind of feeling. It's like, how can we work together? That was the vibe that I got from everyone.
I love that. But by the way, I think this company would do that anyway, but they're incentivized to through stock, my friends. That's the beauty. We're all company owners. Like when you go sit in a room like that, it's like you're sitting in a board meeting. That's what EXP had that made it so doggone special. I love that. Maureen, I know you had something you wanted to share as well. Did I lose her? You're on mute. Mute.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to find these pictures. They're all just, I don't want to bore you.
I have them. I can share them.
What I really would like to see selfishly, whether it's here or a different platform, is the different tracks that Maureen was talking about versus like getting after it, just selling, but also the recruiting. I think that would be really cool.
That's in the bind. I don't have a screenshot of that. That's in the binder. Terry can take a picture of kind of that. It's hard to, that's really small and they don't have the color on it. I thought I had the pictures of that. This is one thing I do want to share though. Did you make me?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. This is really cool. So this is kind of what we were talking about. This is literally what can you guys see that?
Yes.
this is what they came up with the next day. So they took all those sticky notes and everything, and they were like, okay, this is what you guys want to see that's going to support you and your team. And they said that they're going to have all this stuff done by March. It like blew my mind. The CMO, COO, Kevin Smoker, and they said that they were all up there and like, okay, we heard you. You guys want more control over the front end, more of this. The CRM is also going to have, you know, funnels built in. And they were like, we know you guys want more third-party videos for peak interest for homeowners, little clips, education things, ways to be able to track it and monitor it. So that was what was really cool. And I think that, yeah, if Rosario can get those other pictures.
Yeah, I'll get him in.
I thought I had one more slide I wanted. No, this was all, oh, Jeremy Minor. So this was all amazing training. They had Jeremy Minor come in.
Oh,
So there's
my.
a great
Yeah.
script, and he was phenomenal. So I don't know if we're supposed to share it, but they actually got him. He's going to be also doing convention.
Yeah,
So
he'll be there. Yeah, his presentation, it may be a repeat of what we experienced, but
probably
it will be well worth attending.
it was that powerful.
yeah,
Yeah.
he-
From March or
um,
September.
Yeah, his thing is,
March.
we've all heard it, stop selling, start solving.
Mhm.
And he opened it up with, he came into the audience and, I've been researching some solar companies, why should I do business with you?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you get the typical, well, we're the best. We got the best warranty, that kind of cheesy crap. And he went into just a long dissertation about his initial response to that question is, well, I don't really know that you should go with our company. I haven't learned anything, about your utility bill, what you're paying, and in a very calm manner. I've got it all recorded.
Yeah, he talked. Oh, yeah, I do have I have a audio too. I recorded it on my phone, the audio, so I can pop that Dropbox link maybe for you guys because it's really great. And he just goes back to talking about how we're here to solve problems, not be product pushers.
Oh, it was fantastic.
He was great. The other thing I wanted to say too is there's a blessing, as we all know, that we are in how many states we're in, and also like we can run a virtual business. What I really understood, and I think corporate wants to push more and more of this now, especially that COVID's, not really shutting things down as it did a couple of years ago, is also the benefit and the blessing of having local, not just local, but having a local presence, starting to plug more into local meetings, local team, and the collaboration. So I'm actually really excited. I met Joel Gossett. I don't know. I was sitting at a table with him. He lives half an hour north of me. He's on the leadership team, and he's gonna, he offered to shadow me. We're gonna start setting up a booth together at the homeowner shows. He lives 30 minutes north. He's gonna take me door knocking with him. So the collaboration, whether you want to just, plugging in. I know a lot of you guys do those Wednesday masterminds, but have people get to know who you are, because then Joel said, how close are you to mentor? Right? As soon as you get to mentor, he's like, I want to build a team of women and I want them to be able to have a female that they can trust. So he's going to feed his people to me. So if you guys start showing up and being of service and out within the company, right? Like take advantage of the co-collaboration and being able to get deals from other people. Like solar, they know who Solar Icons are, they know who we are. And so just having that corporate presence whenever you guys get the opportunity is only going to serve us, serve you. And, I've been asked to now help set up Fort Lauderdale event. Bobby Smith is coming down here on the 15th because they do a lot of Orlando stuff. There hasn't really been a lot of stuff down here. So everything that they're throwing at me to ask me to be involved now, I'm just like, yes, 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 yes. Because I know it's only gonna, it's like the BNI, it's the giver's gain, right? It's reciprocity. So yeah.
I love that.
Being at the studio was super fun, by the way. It's like this coolest $1 million production studio, like saunas and steam rooms and
yeah, it was pretty cool.
And a rock climbing wall, kombucha on tap.
That's funny, man.
That's pretty cool. A couple, I wanted to share. I don't know if anybody's aware of this. I put the link in the chat for Sunroof. This is pretty cool. I learned about this from, a mentor out of New Jersey, Anthony DePiero. Met him, pretty cool guy. But this right here, you plug in the address of the home that you're looking at, see if the home even has enough sun exposure to even move forward. So instead of, waste your time and having a conversation to find out that you can't even put it on the roof. So this is a great tool just to plug the address in first before you go further. So I thought that was pretty good tool. I don't know if anyone has been using that. So I just wanted to give that to you. They also, I searched knowledge base and I couldn't find this. It gave us an onboarding checklist for your new sellers.
It's not online. That's just Charles Thompson's personal one. And that's why he said, I'll give this. So that's why we were all tweaking it, adding, taking out to have a corporate one for us.
And that's what we did. We talked about the checklist, add, remove, and so forth. But right now it's a pretty good list. If anybody wants it, happy to share for anyone you want to bring on. But there is some bad news. I got to share some bad news. I hate to do it. Let me pull it up here so I can give you the exact date that this takes place. So we all love our mega M1 commissions. That ends February 8th. If you all didn't know that, I didn't realize it was a temporary rollout. So those are coming back, and Jonathan Budd, it says, because they're giving away free money. No money has been collected, and they're giving out these mega M1s on a hope and a prayer that the deal's going to close, so they don't have to do callbacks.
Which no solar companies are doing anymore, by the way. Powur's pretty much the only company that is still even offering an M1.
Yep.
Which is such a blessing. And they also showed, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Terry. They
No, you're
also
fine.
how many people are really starting to get those Friday paychecks from that new stream that they added last year with the financing payout, 1.5%. So some people in there, as we were sitting in there on Friday, got paid like an additional $6,000 just from, some financing deals from a couple.
Yeah, those numbers are huge, by the way. I personally slept on it. I didn't get it. Mine was a portion because it was a mentor. I had 2 that closed. We made $1,500 last Friday off financing. Like, it's stupid. So I totally agree with that. Chris?
On the M1s, is that they're just rolling back the mega, or they're
Yes.
cutting out the M1 altogether?
No, they're
Mega.
not taking out M1. They're just going back to the normal M1, not the
3,000?
bonus period of 3,000 or 1,500
Right.
splits over, and it's
Okay.
back to 2.
Yeah, just rolling that back. And I wanted to come back to the finance rebate. $1,144,000 has been paid out in finance rebates since the program rolled out in September.
Guys, if you're talking to a solar pro and you are not sharing that, you're missing it.
Even real estate agents.
Wow.
Where's all my real estate agents right here? Anybody? Bueller? You ever been paid a financing rebate on all those hundreds and millions of dollars that you've sold? Not a damn thing. You want to know why? You'd be in jail. You'd be in jail. RESPA, Real Estate Sales Procedures Act, prevents you from being able to receive that. Not here.
Crazy.
Now, since I missed Saturday, I was flying. Did Jonathan go over any of the equipment discounts that have rolled out? Sounds like a no.
No, they did. They talked about how some of the panels and batteries, they've worked the price down. And
1% on modules, 2% on inverters, 3% on racking.
Right.
So we are going to see some price reductions in some of the equipment. 6.2% on IQ8M, 18.5% on combiner box, 60% on cell modems. They're trying to get away from that. They're trying to go Wi-Fi. Is that right, Maureen? Wi-Fi? They want to hook up.
I heard that too in Wi-Fi. The other part about the rebate, about the price changes, is any existing deals is that the salesperson gets to keep the extra money on those commissions.
Yeah,
So
that's
the
a true statement. True statement. Yeah.
You guys hear that? That's what I love about this company. Owner could have made all of that, gave it right back. That's badass. One of the things Terry said I want to touch on quickly, and it brings up a great point. Chris and I maybe can come together, do a training on this. I remember I did a training years ago for a small Keller Williams office, like 50, 60 people in person in the good old days. And I had everyone close their eyes, right? It's funny, people get scared and you say, close your eyes in a room. But anyway, they did it. And I said, this is what Terry just brought up about the keynote, right? Talking about, who here is loyal, that sort of thing. And so I had 50 agents all close their eyes. And I said, we can do it real quick. You don't have to close them. Who here is honest? Geez, I don't see enough hands. I'm a little worried. Thank you, Stacy. Right? So the point being, every hand went up when I did this. Who here is hardworking? Every hand went up. Who here cares the most about their client? Every hand went up. Who here believes in their broker? Every hand went up. They wouldn't have been there. I went through like 6 of these. And I said, open your eyes. I said, you guys are all the same person. You're all leading with the exact same value proposition. Goes back to one of my favorite books about the purple cow. I think it's Seth Godin. You have to figure out a way to separate yourselves from the masses. So I love that he talked about that. Looking forward to hearing the audio. Rosario, Maureen, Terry, appreciate you three sharing your insights and leading from the front and being there and representing the team so well. That's just awesome. Thank you guys so much.
I did want to mention that I learned that Maureen actually speaks another language. You remember that language, Maureen? Maureen got hypnotized on stage. So that was the entertainment for the first night, a hypnotist. And so
I'll just say there's a method to my madness. Literally every single human being in the company knows who I am now. You're welcome.
Well done. Well played. All right, well, let's go ahead and open it up to our traditional fireside chat. The floor is yours. What questions? What do you need help with? You guys know the power of the collective group. We got some amazing leaders on this call. Floor is yours, my friends. You can hear it.
Hey, can I throw something out, Aaron?
No, yeah, I'm just kidding. Go for it.
Food for thought for all you guys out there selling, especially when you're tier 2 and then eventually tier 3. And Aaron, I'm sure you've experienced this. People, when they're prospecting, getting a battery or battery storage, they typically will balk at the beginning and they'll say, oh, I'll add it. Guys, I'll tell you right now, it's very difficult for them to add it. Very few companies out in the marketplace actually want to just install a battery, like very few. So anybody that's thinking about adding a battery, let them know the 2 main value propositions. One, that it gets added to the 30%, right? Obviously, you're also getting the no money down financing. But if you purchase a battery after the fact, 2 challenges. One, you're not going to get 30% federal income tax credit on the purchase of that battery. And 2, very few companies out in the marketplace will even touch it. So just something I'm coming across from leads from doing a specific Facebook campaign with batteries. So people are having a very hard time being able to find anyone that even will add a battery agnostically to the system. So food for thought.
Love it. Chris, I think Tisha has a question for you.
Oh.
Hey, okay, so I have, and I threw this out on Solar Icons this morning, but I have a couple people interested in the company, and one of them was real excited to catch the Power Hour tonight, but then she realized she has a dinner and she's not going to be able to. And then there's a Cowboys game, so her other guy's not going to be able to. Okay, he could still catch it, I think. But if they can't catch the Monday night, do they have to wait till the following Monday, or is there a recording that they could see, or what else can I do to get them in there faster?
Absolutely. Great question. Stacy and I actually wrote you back. We shared 2 videos that we
awesome.
use on that chat. So check it out. I strongly advise, and I'm so glad you brought it up, against waiting till next Monday. It's one of the biggest mistakes we make, because she onboards that person, sends them a video. We do a 3-way. They come on board tomorrow. Now there's 3 or 4 people inviting into next Monday. Her team explodes. So yeah, two good videos there that you can use. I tell everyone to go to YouTube. YouTube's your best friend. Any video you like that goes over it that you personally like, use, because then you're more apt to use it. Those are just 2 that we strongly recommend.
Okay, thanks.
Great question though. Cool. What else? I'm going to give Chris another shout out too, real quick. The book club, guys. I cannot stress this thing. We are doing Building an Empire. For those of you that have any dreams, ambitions of growing an organization, if you're not on there, you're not begging him for the replay, you're missing it. This is the best content ever. We're taking a deep dive on a book that Chris and I were personally trained by the author for over 2 years, myself 3 years. The other cool part about this, and I realize that every single week that we're doing it, we don't know where it's going to go. All of a sudden, Chris has some notes. He's saying something. I'm like, Chris, put me in, coach. Like, I got to add something. I add something. He's like, oh, shoot, I forgot about that. Now we're like bouncing off of it. And this isn't from the book. This was like firsthand experience that we did. So I'm telling you, I am begging you, any ambitions, even if they're small, of having an organization, be on this book club every single Monday at 9:30. Make it your big rock. And then if you can't, for whatever reason, I get it. Life gets in the way. Beg, plead, send him and his wife a gift card. Do whatever you can to get the replay, because it's straight fire. It just really is that good. All right, what else, guys? Don't be shy. Come on, we got good people on here that want to help.
I have a question. You go ahead.
Michael, floor is yours.
Okay, I just got a bill in, and the guy sent me his proposal from a different company from a few months ago. Should I send that to corporate as well, to save that for you when I tag you for when we do the proposal?
You can upload it to assets, but I'd love to see it, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, anytime someone else has another estimate, I love it because we crush them. Do what Michael did and get it. Ask for a copy. One objection that was really hard, I forgot who it was with. Someone last week. Gosh darn it, this person had like 6 estimates from a year and a half ago, and he won't share them. A year and a half ago, the market's completely different. So like, it's almost like a seller, like, oh, I wanted to sell, 2 years ago when everything was like, it's just different. So that's a whole other objection that we're trying to build. But anytime you can get it, we will find holes in it. We become problem solvers, like all the leaders on this call we're talking about. Make sure you ask. It is in their best interest. If they like a deal and they're just meeting with you to do you a solid, why would they not want us to beat it? So like, I don't humor that as an objection. Part of what Chris talked about last Friday is lean in, like ask them for it. It's going to be doing them a service by getting it. All right, who else?
Okay,
James, what was yours? Oh, sorry. Who was that?
You go, James.
Hey, I just saw it when we were finishing up this morning with the call there, Chris, Aaron, whoever can answer this here. When we're setting up for a group, do we actually send out one of the videos beforehand, speak their interest, and have them come through? Okay, that's what I didn't think. Yeah, that's what didn't feel right. That part of the process there, I want to make sure we all understand that. Putting this group thing together.
Let's touch on that too, if you don't mind, because that was kind of code, unless you were on that call. What I believe you're talking about, correct me if I'm wrong, when you do a PZC launch, private Zoom call launch, in fact, Lisa and I were talking about this today too. In my opinion, you don't want to, I think Chris said it too, you don't want to send them anything else. You're just trying to whet their appetite, get them salivating, get them excited to be there, and then let whoever the presenter is do all the heavy lifting. Lisa and I have one for Thursday. Shout out to you. She's inviting some people that may have seen the video, may have seen a Monday, but didn't pull the trigger yet. So we're still inviting people like that back, but she's not sending out a video prior to that. Absolutely. Great stuff. There was someone else that came off mute. Was that Stacy?
Yeah.
Go for it, and then Lisa.
With somebody like Tisha, should we be focusing on getting a PZC prior to the Monday call? I mean, should we really just be trying to get her group together? Where would you say, this differentiates with how we should play out? I mean, she's big in real estate, she's EXP. Should we really be trying to do the PZC prior to getting people on the Monday call? Would that be more powerful in her?
Yeah. In most cases, I'm trying to make it as general as we can for everybody, but yeah, great question. Yes. So typically a PZC is going to come first. Obviously the ones she was going to invite tonight aren't going to work out anyway. So yes, that's a conversation we can definitely have to do it. The other cool thing about the private Zoom call, guys, and go to our YouTube channel. I did a training on this. Chris has been really leaning in on this. He wants everybody to do it. He wants to see everybody have a massive organization. I lost my train of thought. Oh, the PCC. So I'm going to use Tisha as an example. Stop laughing, Tisha. Because she has a big real estate following. When we set that up, we're probably going to do 2 for her. I'm going to go ahead and put her out there. We're going to do 1 for real estate, and then we're going to do 1 for everyone else. The reason is I can tailor that presentation to real estate. I am going to attack real estate in a good way, a positive way. I'm going to use stories from real estate, how we incorporate into business. A Monday night call can't do that. A video can't do that. We have to appeal to the masses on those. So anytime you're able to get really niche with that audience, it's game over. Game over. So yeah, great question. Lisa,
yeah,
you
were
up
kind
next.
of my thing, how to differentiate. Sorry, that was kind of my thing, is like, where's the line of differentiating between who should focus on what or whatever, but that was great answer. Thank you. Get it.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not perfect, by the way. Action beats inaction all the time. I get that message a lot too. What video do you send to this? I send the same video 99% of the time. The only time true, like people laugh. I'm sure they think I'm mocking them when they ask me that question. It's a fact. I am so freaking simple. Like so simple. I send the same video. Stacy called me out. It's outdated. It's like 6 months old. It's missing 2 of the payment. I don't even care. That video recruits a lot of people and I just deal with it. That's who I am, right? She's a lot more organized than I am. She found another one that she likes. So yeah, just keep it really, really simple. Cool. Lisa, and then we'll go to Marissa. I think she had her hand up.
Hey, I'm finding, just like I said, with me and Aaron trying to do this PCC, that I send out the video, but they don't watch it. And my issue is we don't have any idea of who's watching it like we did with the other company. Like you could tell how many minutes they watched it and how many minutes that, and all that kind of stuff. So we would know. But I found that the people I sent the videos to haven't watched it. And that's why we can do the PCC, because I think that we can capture their attention a whole lot better, because sitting down watching a video and giving it to them to watch the video, sometimes it works and sometimes it really doesn't, because
really good point.
It's long and they people have stuff to do and whatever happens. I've checked them all and they're like
so bring them on. Live wins every time, guys, plain and simple, right? You do a Zoom with me, Jim, I need eyeballs. Jim, you don't want to miss this. Andy, tell the kids to go. Like I do that on my PCCs. Like, come on, put the phone down. I need you. You can't do that on a video, right? Obviously videos for every other time when you can't leverage that. One of the things Lisa just said is, and I don't bring this up a lot because there is a cost, but we're all business owners. I need to do a better job of this. We do have an app. I have the exact same app that Lisa's talking about. I track every single one of my videos. I know Terry does. We use it exclusively. There is a fee to it. It is $66. I use it because of what she just said. I need to know how much of a video someone watched. We can upload any video you want to it. I have the keys to the castle for that app, but it's badass. I wake up every single day with Terry just watched 14 minutes. And I'm like, who's Terry? Oh, he was the Uber driver. Like I could never recruit the amount of people I did without some sort of app like that. If you need it, let us know. We don't make $1 on it. It's straight pass.
I want it.
I will send you the link.
I use the app all the time.
Me too. I will not send a video without it.
Yeah. Well, that's how I send my video, is through the app. So I can track.
Totally agree. Love it. I think Marissa was next.
Hey, yes. Side note, that app tracking thing is great. We had it in a previous company and it's fantastic. So yes, please share that info. And then one thing that
I don't want to, Marissa, hang on one second. Yeah. That app, guys, I recruit to that when talking to business owners because we're the only team in Powur that has it. Like that's a separating thing. Why should I join Stacy versus someone on the West Coast? Why should I join Tisha versus someone in Florida? Whatever it is, like I leverage the systems, the tools, all that sort of stuff. Sorry, Marissa.
No, you're good. You're good.
Keep that with solar icons.
Yep.
Heard. Got it. Yes. So one thing that I was going to say, sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. When Maureen said she can translate aliens, it made me think about other languages. I did find, if anybody's recruiting for Spanish, I did find it's a fairly older video, so it doesn't have all of the 5 ways that we earn income, but it's still a really great video. So if anybody needs Spanish, I can help you out and get that to you guys.
Send it.
Okay.
Send it.
I'll drop it in the chat. There's a couple different ones. Like there's one that focused specifically on Puerto Rico, and I'm like, that's only gonna get me but so far. And I found one that it's like perfect. So again, missing.
Send that to me and I'll add it to the app as well.
Okay, I'm gonna drop it in our chat.
Awesome. This is why I love Fireside. You never know what's going to go. We got time for a few more, guys and gals. I'll add this while someone's getting the courage to come off mute and ask. The convention. You're going to see a full court press for this convention coming up in September, the national convention. We're going to have the biggest presence of any organization there. Something Brian Carruthers said to me that I've never forgotten early on in our career with Chris over at a previous company. He said, the day you have 100 people from your organization show up to a convention is the day you get to pick and choose whether you work another day in your life. So you might not have 100 people on your team yet. Let's push like heck. And just know the more people you have that go to national convention, it does something magical. I could not have had a coaching call with Maureen to have her so fired up like she is now. I couldn't. You can see it in her. I wish I could. I wish I could take credit. No, it took her being there. You can't give that away. Just like her, Terry, and Rosario pouring into us today, we don't feel it the same way they did. And if they're being honest, they can see it in our reaction. You just don't. Like there's something magical about being there, my friends. It anchors you. It lets you know that this is bigger than just our team. It's in fact, that's really what Maureen said. She couldn't believe how many other people out there were willing to help her. The connections you made. Maureen just said everyone in the company, everyone that was there, 150 people know who she is by name. You can't beat that. So make it, guys. We all have to be at convention. Every team member. We'll roll out some landing pages and things like that. I'll talk to my beautiful wife to start working on that. Every new team member coming on, we're signing them up just like we're launching the PZC. We're going to walk in owning that place. Chris.
Yeah, the other piece to this is building a virtual national or a national virtual solar brokerage. It really allows for freedom and flexibility. It's great, right? You can build in 26 states. The problem is this is our only people connection. Okay, we're still human, right? We need to connect. We need to connect as a team, and there's no better place to do it than convention. Anytime Aaron and I have been to convention with our teams, it just tightens the group up. It literally does, and it literally creates a flame that lights everybody up to even want to go out and do more. And then it also builds that connectivity within the group, because we can all hop on screen share and have a great time and laugh and joke, but there's nothing better than when you guys get together. Okay, so I'm going to highly, highly encourage. And Aaron, Brian used to say this to us also, that you see it every time. There's a direct result to people who actually commit to going to convention and results. You can't argue, it's inarguable, right? So if you're committed to this business, guys, it's January. You've got 9 months to start planning this financially and time-wise, right? So remember, it's one deal a month. You can make 6 figures. Start putting that into place, make the commitment today, look at what those costs are going to be and start creating that separate fund that you can start funding, because honestly, there's no reason not to miss it at this point.
Yeah, and there's resources.
Good nuggets.
I'm saving money as well. I just happen to have a cousin who lived locally, right? So I stayed with her. I had to pay for my ticket, but you guys know each other now too. There's Airbnbs, there's other things. There's other ways to minimize the output if cost is a concern. So don't not go, because also it's not just, again, this was not, this company truly is different. And I mean that. And I think it's because it starts with the culture of the CEO and the corporate team. Like we laid on the ground together. We meditated together. People were having emotional breakthroughs. They felt comfortable processing in front of that many people. So yes, there was great business strategy, but it is that bond and the hugging and the whatever, and seeing people in the collaboration that you cannot get from Zoom. You just can't.
I'm going to go ahead and say it, and not to always be about money. Maureen will make multiple 6 figures, if not 7, from this convention. Facts. Not only because of what she learned, but because once she pops tier 3 this month, she is going to be tagged in deals from people she met at this event. That's why this company is like nothing I've ever seen. You're actually incentivized financially to go, like 100%. It's crazy, guys. Absolutely crazy. Other thing I'll add, and I actually differ on Maureen on this. I know what she's coming from because I agree with her most of the time. This convention is so far away months-wise that there's no, even if you're strapped right now, you don't have to be strapped in 6 months when convention is, 8 months, whatever that is. End that right now. Figure out a plan, whether it's 1 deal, 2 deals, whatever that is. We have a huge runway to get you there to where you can afford this financially.
Sorry, I guess I was more saying, yes, everyone here, but people that have newer team members coming on by then too. Don't forget there's Airbnb, you can set stuff up for, I know Raisa and Rob were doing that. They had some other people that they were able to invite and brought on. So they had hosted, they paid for everyone to stay in Airbnb so they could be at the leadership thing. That was by the way. So they were rented a car and they were driving 40 minutes back and forth. But it's like this, there's just no excuses. Go and we'll figure it out.
I love that. Tish, I'll come to you 1 second. Chris, you said something important about like what it does in terms of once you go for your own self, like in terms of income, everything else, growth. I'll share mine. The first one Chris and I went to with Brian, we were 2 months into the company. It was direct sales. So it's the same thing we're doing here, guys. It just is. I knew nothing about it. Chris knew a little bit more. We were infants. We plugged into what that system was. Leading into that event, I had earned $30,000. I think we were 3 months in. From that event to the next event, it was 12 months apart. I earned $300,000 in that company from the stuff they shared there. Like we knew nothing about it. We just plugged in. All of a sudden I saw it was real. I saw people walking the stage and I was like, wait, they talk like me. They stutter like me. They're overweight like me. Like I just kept everything. I kept hitting Chris being like, we can do this thing. It's that belief that goes with it. It's unbelievable. Tisha, and then we'll end on Rosario. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Michael.
So my question is off topic of the conference, but I do love conferences and I will attest that they are awesome and the contacts you make blow you up. So anyway, my question is in regards to advertising for solar, and we have a little like local news publication. You know, we have a relationship with the guy there. We're getting ready to roll out some ads for another company of ours, and I was wondering if anyone has done that, local ads in a newspaper, how that's performed, and if they have any ads to share to just copy, basically.
Anybody have a direct answer to that? I will tell you, I know Jim's looking into it. I can reach out to him. I would also go to the Power Pioneers Facebook page and search ads. Anytime I need something marketing, that's where I start, and it will prompt something. If you see anything you like that you can't get, message us and I'll reach out to whoever it is to get it. Yeah, Terry saw it there too. I'll do some research on that as well, but definitely check out Power Pioneers. I agree. No need to reinvent the wheel at all.
Okay.
Cool. Rosario, and then we'll end on Michael.
Yes, guys, just to touch based on what Aaron is saying about being present. That's one thing I learned is how figure it out. Like not to find an excuse. Oh, I'm in this place right now. Like this is bigger than us. And believe me, I figured it out for the past 2 years. You know, I've been in solar just 6 months in, but I've been figuring it out. And every time I am present in one of these, it just that belief that it's not about us, it's about the bigger impact that we're trying to accomplish. So figure it out. There's ways you can get these in payments. I flew Klarna like the first year and a half in business. Like I figured it out. I was present no matter what. No matter what's going on in your life, if you really are going to accomplish this, you got to be present every single time.
Love it. Thank you so much. Michael.
Mine's a quickie. I know you said you develop a landing page for it, but what are the dates and the city for September, just so I can get it in my calendar?
Marissa just threw a link for it in the chat.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I don't know if they've ironed out the exact date, but September in San Diego.
7th through the 9th. Yeah,
it.
that's what I was gonna jump in on. Yep, I dropped the link September. I believe it's the 7th through the 9th. And yeah, the link is there. I can't wait to see you guys.
Check this out too, guys. You buy the ticket, right? Doesn't go to us, so I can say it. When not $1. Buy the ticket. We figure out transportation, where you're staying, everything else later. Like you just that's part of business. See, I see the business. Tisha gets it. That's business ownership. That's what you do. I don't know how I'm going to get there, what it looks like, who's babysitting. Who cares? We figure it out later. We have months to do it. First step is have skin in the game. Get the ticket. Go back to the chat. Let us know you got it, guys. I'm telling you, we're going to represent. Can'ts keep coming up. We're going to keep this thing going. Mr. Malcolm.
Now you say get the gala as well as general admission?
That's completely up to you. Chris and I went to our first one. We were a month in. We did not do the gala. There were a bunch of people on the team that did. That's
and
like
I'm so doing the gala this year.
Okay, so he is. It's an award ceremony. It's
my man Malcolm, you do it, brother. We're gonna get dressed up, top hats, you name it, bro.
Love it.
Sticks. Yeah, we're doing it.
Our big dream is too. One of the days we walk in with like Solar Icon swag, where you have like 200 people walking in. Everybody's like, "What in the hell is this? What are they doing?" It's gonna be epic.
We're gonna rock the gala.
Well, I'm trying to register and everything says sales ended, so I don't know.
I'm offering out free dances too. Aaron requested the first one, so.
Oh Lord! As long as you don't wear a Speedo, we are good, my friend. That's big. That's big. Chris's big thing you'll hear. Anytime there's a beach vacation for the company, it's Speedo weather. So just be warned. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and end on the Speedo comment. I'm in trouble now. I appreciate each and every one of you. I threw the link in here and also in our Messenger app for the Prospect app for those that want to take team building serious. I'm begging you guys, be on the Monday calls, even if you're behind, even if you don't own the damn book. I don't care. You're around people who are talking about building, people who have built 7,000 person empires, by the way, personally coached. You cannot get this anywhere else. You just can't. Shameless plug.
PZC's on the schedule. We've got Lisa, we've got Marissa, and we've got Russell. Who else?
I'll have one with Stacy as well. And there was someone else that messaged me. I got to get back to. We'll have at least 5 or 6.
Awesome. Let's get 10.
We love it. Cool, guys. We'll see you all tonight at 8 o'clock on the main, on the Powur Zoom. Appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day. God bless.
Thanks, guys.